What's up, gamers? This is SwamperTube, and a week ago I unboxed the new Nintendo Switch OLED, and today I'm here to tell you my overall thoughts 1 week later and if I think it's worth it. Now, I've been getting this question a lot from people, like, why did I buy the Switch OLED? So my main reason was, one, the OLED screen looks way better. Sources, my friend owned a PS Vita, and I had one too, and mine was OLED, his wasn't. We noticed the difference right away. And two, so I can hack my day one Switch without getting a ban from online. I might have a video about the online coming up soon, so yeah, stay tuned for that. This is another question that I get asked by my friends is, do I regret buying it? Honestly, no. I know that might sound surprising to some of you, but hear me out for a second. I really do enjoy having the bigger screen, the better kickstand, the OLED screen obviously, you know, all that stuff. It's pretty much a really nice improvement over the V1 Switch, which is the Switch that I was using right before the OLED came out. This is another question that I get asked quite frequently ever since I bought the OLED. It took me somewhere around the ballpark of 2 to 3 days to get used to the bigger screen. Now I can look at my Switch OLED right next to my normal Switch and be like, oh yeah, the OLED's bigger, but at first it like wowed me and it just was weird, you know? It's like going from an iPhone to an iPad kinda, or a 3DS to a 3DS XL. Okay, so I'm just gonna flash some images on the screen now so you can see how they look. They were taken by my phone camera, so that might not be the best way to like see the difference. It might be better in person, but I think my phone camera does it a little bit of justice. Just for reference, my old Switch is the one with the blue Joy-Cons and my OLED's the one with the white. The original looks a lot more washed out compared to the OLED. That's something that's quite noticeable from these pictures and in real life. So most of my Switch games are physical, so that makes comparing more Switch games harder, because I only have the one copy, obviously. But if you want more pictures, I'll link something down below if I remember to. If not, just write a comment down below reminding me, hey, you forgot to link stuff. And yeah, I'll try to find pictures that do it justice and editing and all that. But other than that, I love the look of the screen so much. Like, it's such a major improvement. I noticed it, if you didn't see my unboxing video, I noticed it the very second I took the OLED out of the box and turned it on for the first time, in terms of the screen size and the like colors of the screen itself. I remember when I had the Switch OLED pre-ordered, my biggest worry was the dock itself. Because if you remember the original dock on the original Switch, the dock scratched up the screen really, really bad. But this time Nintendo was smart when they were making the dock, surprisingly. I know, Nintendo being smart in 2021. Yeah, weird. Basically what they did on the inside of the new dock is they made it like a glossy finish, which is really, really, really nice, because then your screen doesn't get scratched. And I haven't noticed it scratching the original Switch either. What I originally thought was I was gonna have to take apart this dock and get one of those things on eBay that were all the rage back when the third-party docks started causing all that thing to happen. Like, those things, you know, I'll just flash a picture of it on screen. Okay, so there it is, this thing. I thought I was just gonna have to completely gut this new dock and just throw in that, throw in the parts in it. And I was looking around before it came out. Oh, is there one for the Switch OLED yet? Oh, is there one for the Switch OLED yet? Because, you know, I wanted to use the Ethernet port. And, it turns out I haven't gotten a single scratch yet. I'll inform you guys if I get one, though. Speaking of the Ethernet port, I think that that is a great, great addition to the dock. Sure, you lose out on a USB port, but was anyone really using the USB port except for the GameCube adapter? Let's be honest. or wired controllers, or even charging your controllers. I've noticed download speeds being way faster on the OLED with the Ethernet port compared to my original Switch connected to Wi-Fi on the original dock. And oh my god, it is so nice. Even I've noticed less lag in games too, except when my friends are using Wi-Fi. No wonder Sakurai recommended that we get the LAN port. And when I dock the OLED after playing it in portable mode or just coming home, it just does a seamless switch over to the Ethernet, which is really nice. And I didn't even have to do any extra setup to get the Ethernet working, just plug it in and it just worked like that. Also, the new dock, people took it apart, found out it's using HDMI 2.1, which the Switch itself, the cable it comes with, is even HDMI 2.1, I'm pretty sure. I think Nintendo actually started selling replacement HDMI cables on their website. You can buy the dock separately now. So I can't wait to see what they do with those firmware updates for this new dock. You've probably heard this from like at least 10 other people on YouTube at this point, but do I recommend the OLED? Yeah, if you're a first-time Switch owner. If you already own a Switch and are looking to upgrade, well then maybe you can go with the OLED. Like, that all depends on your budget, obviously, and all that. What if you own a Switch Lite? I personally don't own a Switch Lite, but I have a friend who does, and I've got to use his Switch Lite a few times before, and I don't like it. I have big hands. It doesn't fit well in my hands at all. I think the OLED fits so much better. But hey, if you're looking for like subpar upgrades from the Switch V2, then yeah, I recommend it. Or if you just want better battery, you could either get a Switch V2 or you could just get the OLED. Personally, if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with the OLED just because OLED screens look way better than LCD, and it's really noticeable in some of the games. But if you're happy with your current Switch, I'd say just, you know, stick with it if it makes you like happy and you feel like you don't need the upgrade, because it's kind of costly to buy a whole new Switch, especially one for $50 extra, you know. So my final thoughts on the Switch OLED after a week of owning it. I really like it. I especially like how it, even though it's an inch wider, it still fits in my Nintendo Switch case. That might not be the case for all cases, no pun intended, as if it's like a really tight fit, it won't fit, obviously. The Satisfy Gaming Grip, I've heard that doesn't work with the OLED, so they had to make a whole new one. But, I just really like the OLED, man. It's such a nice upgrade from the V1 Switch, with the battery life, the OLED screen, better speakers, which I actually did notice unlike most people, because I would play my Switch on full blast all the time, and the OLED, I just really noticed it. Oh man, this upgrade is really nice too, especially the kickstand. The kickstand was like what initially sold me originally, that and the OLED screen. But I was expecting the speakers to be subpar, and they are actually great. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm out.